Hello, welcome to the EagleSix Airsoft video. We're going to be testing another MP5A5 NGRS. This one has got Prometheus gears, Prometheus 6mm bearings, Firefly Hop Rubber, the AEP version, the Prometheus Flat Nub, EagleSix M100s, NGRS spring, and we've got one of the EagleSix 4mm power spacers in there just to bump that a little bit higher because it just dropped ever so slightly short of what we was hoping for. There's always a fine line between obviously going up to the next spring, or do you try a power spacer to see what you can get extra. At the moment we're not installing any spring guides in. We've tried V3 and we've tried the version 1/version 9 spring guides in there, which are the closest fit, and they actually have quite a lot of movement technically when placed inside and you close the gearbox shell up. They can physically move up and down, so no, we're not recommending anyone install Prometheus any brands V3 or spring guides, because obviously you don't want that spring guide moving up, hitting onto the piston, and then obviously causing a failure. So even if somebody might have installed one and got some success, it's just not worth it. So not with obviously the potential to trash the internals and stuff like that. So even though obviously now we've pretty much found a majority of parts, spare parts for the majority that's in these things now. So yeah. That's pretty much it. So obviously these use the AEP hop rubber. A lot of people have been asking why are Mark 46 and Tokyo Marui, why is Tokyo Marui on the Mark 46 and the MP5 now using the AEP one for all their future guns going forward? Doesn't it make sense to use the AEG one? Well, no. Technically, the AEP one is a superior design. It just is. So it's smaller, so therefore less physical space being used inside the gun, therefore it's you can have smaller hop units and or smaller space, less material, so just better in that regard. Also at the end of the hop rubber, it actually comes down to be like this. So basically there's a small groove out of the barrel, and then the far side of it, which would otherwise just be like a sleeve. Basically think about the end of the sleeve having closed ends, so which obviously improves the air seals. Kind of the same concept of what people used to do with PTFE. So you've got an incredibly tight hop unit, you've got this hop rubber which has a closed end which is being compressed, forming a better seal, and then the inside part of it operates exactly the same as if it was a normal AEG hop rubber. So therefore it does the same thing as normal AEG hop rubber, better. So therefore it's better. So the only downside is obviously not a lot of people use that design. So, and this is the problem inherent with TM's NGRS just in general. TM has evolved the AEG design to be better overall. They've taken the normal series and made the next generation of airsoft gun. But because everybody else is dialed in with their designs, G&G and Crytek and all those sorts of people, they're going to continually just slowly iterating on their old design. They're never just going to stop their lineup and then start copying TM, like back in the old days and stuff. So obviously NGRS continues to be its own separate, unique thing, even though fundamentally, like I say, they just keep making things better and better and better, and improving AEGs just in general, but maybe over time we'll start to see more and more companies adopting that, but I really doubt it. So even if it was a billion times better, the other companies are just dialed in so much on just AEG hop rubbers, and there's so many aftermarket ones available. You could argue that, and other people will, that it's better to have the older design, even though with its problems, because then you have mass availability of options. But obviously at some point when something's better, somebody has to make a decision to start down that direction, and TM are quite comfortable doing that, and therefore it's proprietary now, but the more and more people adopt it, the more it's going to start becoming better, because it is a better hop rubber. So a real pain in the ass trying to get the hopper unit. It's so tight on these things. It's incredibly easy to bunch it up, but yeah, we've got that installed, and AOE Spacer on the piston just to slightly improve AOE. It's only 2mm, which is a very minor adjustment. Then there's Yeah, so we've got 345 on 0.2s and 247 on 3.2s, and we've set the hop at cc5 meters. Obviously we're big fans of heavier ammo, so we obviously recommend heavier ammo, but I think 3.2s are coming at 247, so it probably might be better maybe on 3s or 2.8s, but it will shoot the 3.2s just fine. And yeah, we just want to demo and see it's working, so otherwise I'll talk all day. Obviously there's no gates or anything being installed with these, because obviously the new TMs come with the new Tokyo Marui Mosfet system, the M system, so obviously it's now got an electronic trigger in there, which is obviously pressing electronic switch, kind of like what's in the G&G type thing, and it's all included inside the actual gearbox itself, and it comes with 3-round bursts, as you can see here. Obviously bolt stop system, so when it's empty it will run out. That's how you access the hub unit, just inside there, and then obviously when you're ready you just slap it down and shoot. So it's a 1300 7.4 volt in here. Again, as with all Tokyo Maruis, we don't recommend 11, or if you do decide to use 11, it's at your own risk. So it's an interesting 2-point stock system on this, I suppose, because you know, you only really need the 2 either out or in. It makes sense, but it's worth pointing out. Obviously, resin construction and full metal upper receiver. So yeah. As you can see there, all working. And yeah, so all ready to go. Just a safety thing, obviously with all these MP5s, there can be quite a lot of wiring to go inside here because of the adapter that's in there. We always recommend trying to get your batteries onto the MR30 connector, just to obviously reduce the space. But if you don't want to do that and you want to use the adapter, then just be careful obviously when cramming it all in there, because obviously if you trap 2 wires together you could potentially cause a short, and obviously that's going to kill your Mosfet system in there, so be careful with that. And that's pretty much it really, so be careful when putting any Dean's connectors on, that sort of thing, in case you do any backwards short circuiting. It's going to be really difficult to replace these Mosfets. We're already looking at prices around about £400 for the Mosfet, so do not break it in a nutshell. But yes, that's all done already. We hope you enjoy. Any problems, let us know, but have fun.